Wow, this place is great. What a pleasant surprise.
I know, right? I'm glad we decided to come here.
Yeah, I never thought we'd all be together in a place like this. Although, it's kind of weird.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, it's like a dream come true. But I'm not sure what kind of dream that is.
Whatever dream it is, I'm all for it.
Me too. Let's make the most of it.
I'm all for that. Just be careful, we don't want to get too out of hand.
Agreed. I'm just happy we're all here.
Here, here! Now let's enjoy the evening. Hi everyone, thanks for coming out tonight. So I'm sure you're all wondering why someone like me is here on stage, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, this morning, my mom asked me if I wanted eggs for breakfast and all I could think was, no ma, I'd order takeout. I guess it's just become a habit now, but at least that means I don't have to worry about cleaning up after myself. I'll tell you what, though. I can barely boil water, let alone make breakfast. But this isn't the only thing I'm bad at. I don't even know how to spell restaurant. Anyone else here have that same problem? The good news is, I'm not alone. Alright, enough of that, let's get to the real jokes. So what kind of animal hides in your fridge? A zebra. No wait, it's a gnat. Anyway, speaking of hiding things in the fridge, ever put your leftovers in there and then forget where they were? It feels like a treasure hunt every time I open the door. So what did you get for your birthday, Fred?
I got this great new watch. It's so cool and it tells time in 3 different time zones, all at once.
Wow, that's awesome. How do you know which time is which? It has 3 different colored hands, red, blue, and green. So each hand corresponds to a different time zone. That's pretty impressive. What else did you get?
Well, I also got a gift certificate to this new restaurant downtown. They have the most amazing food.
Yeah? Sounds like a great birthday present. I'd love to check it out sometime. Let's make a plan to go there together next week.
Definitely. We'll have a great time. And maybe I can even bring my watch so you can see just how cool it is. That sounds like a plan. I'm sure it'll be fun. Hey, I heard you got a new car. Oh yeah, it's a nice one. Picked it up last week.
What kind of car is it? Come on, give us the details.
Alright, it's a blue Ford Focus.
Wow, not bad. What's the top speed? I bet you could get up to highway speeds pretty quickly. I don't know why they call it a food bank. It's no more a bank than my kitchen is. I was at the bank the other day, and all they gave me was a lollipop. What kind of bank is that? My neighbor just had a baby. It's so tiny and cute, I can barely make out its gender. I just saw a sign on the side of the road that said free compost. What does that even mean? Did you know that butter toast always lands butter side down? Don't worry, I tested it. My friend asked me for $1 so he could buy some ice cream. I gave it to him, but he never came back with the ice cream. I was walking by the pet store yesterday and saw a sign that said, all pets half off. Who would buy a half of a pet?
Hey, have you guys heard the rumor going around? Apparently, there's some kind of surprise party in town next week and everyone is invited.
Get out of here. Who's giving the party?
I heard it's Mr. Peterman's office.
That's amazing. I wonder what kind of surprises he has in store.
I'm dying to find out. Let's go and ask him.
What are we waiting for? Let's go.
Yeah, I'm in. Let's go check it out.
Let's hit the road.
So, Yvonne, when was the last time you experienced something truly surprising?
Just the other day, I opened my mailbox and there was a surprise package.
That's amazing. What was inside?
A book that I had ordered a few weeks ago, but didn't expect to arrive so soon.
Wow, that's a lucky coincidence. I wish something like that would happen to me.
Who knows, Fred? The world is full of surprises. Now, Yvonne, why don't you give us an example of something that was totally unexpected?
Yeah, that would be great. Tell us about it.
Well, the other day I was walking down the street and saw a bird nest in an odd place. It was right in front of a store window. I thought it was so unusual that I took a photo of it. That was pretty unexpected and fun.
So did you hear about that new restaurant opening up? It's supposed to be really upscale. I hear they don't even let anyone in unless you have a reservation.
Wow, that's crazy. I mean, who do they think they are? They can't just decide who they want to let in and who they don't. Maybe we should crash the place and prove them wrong. Who needs a reservation anyways? We can just bluff our way in.
Alright, let's do it. It'll be a hilarious prank.
Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight? Waits for audience reaction. Well, I'm sure you all are having a fantastic night and ready for some laughs. So, let's get this show on the road. So, I was out at the store the other day and I saw this guy walking around with a parrot on his shoulder. He was telling everyone that it could talk, but no one believed him. Finally, he just turns to the bird and says, "What did I tell you about lying?" Pauses for audience laughter. Alright, so I have another one. What did the fish say when it hit a wall? Damn! Pauses for audience laughter. Alright, so one more. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. Pauses for audience laughter. So, what did you do last night?
Nothing. I just kind of stayed in and watched some movies. How about you?
I went to a comedy club with some of my friends. It was so much fun. We laughed until our faces hurt.
Wow, that sounds like a great time. It's been too long since I've gone to something like that.
Well, why don't you come with us next time? It'll be a blast. You never know what kind of jokes the comedians will come up with.
I'm in, sounds like a perfect evening. Let's do it. You know what they say, Yvonne. You can't keep a good comedy act down.
Well, I'm sure Larry and I could come up with something hilarious. I mean, imagine if we did a bit about people getting stuck in elevators.
That's true, Yvonne. But don't forget about zoo animals escaping out of their cages.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. We could play it up like the animals are trying to get back in, but they can't figure out how to open the doors. It would be like a silent comedy.
That's an amazing idea, Larry. Let's definitely use that one.
Alright, I'm on it.
Great. Let's give the audience something they won't forget. Hey Larry, did you hear the news?
What news?
They just announced that the City Hall is going to be hosting a comedy night next week. We should all sign up.
I don't know, that doesn't sound like my kind of comedy. What kind of jokes are they going to tell? Are we going to be too over the top?
Come on, it's a great opportunity to make some extra money.
Alright everyone, I'm Larry and this is my stand-up. Did you hear about the guy who invented lifesavers? They say he made a mint. How about the one about the three friends who walk into a bar? The first one says, "I'll have a beer," and the second one says, "I'll have a beer too." The third one looks at them and says, "Let's make this interesting. I'll have a glass of water." I heard that one morning, a bear walked into a bar and said to the bartender, "Give me a whiskey, neat." The bartender replied, "Why the long pause?" A duck walks into a bar and orders a beer. The bartender brings him the beer, and the duck starts drinking. Halfway through his drink, he turns to the bartender and says, "Hey, do you have any lettuce?" The bartender says no. So the duck leaves. Alright, that's all for me. Hope you enjoyed the jokes. Thanks everyone. Good night.
What do you think the chances are of me winning the lottery?
0%. Ha! You should have seen the look on your face.
I must admit, that's a pretty good one. But wait, did you actually buy a lottery ticket? That could mean the chances are way higher than 0.
No. I'm not buying lottery tickets, the odds are too long. I'd be better off trying to win an Academy Award.
Good luck with that one. Hey everyone! It's good to be here tonight. So, I was walking down the street earlier and saw this old lady walking her dog. The dog had a name tag and it said Lassie. I thought to myself, what kind of parents would name their daughter Lassie? Anyways, did you hear about the couple who got married and then divorced after a week? Yeah, turns out it was a sham marriage. They wanted green cards. So I was talking to this guy the other day who claims he knows every lyric from every song ever made. He said it's really easy, all you have to do is just follow the music. I'm still waiting on him to prove it though. Alright, so I was out to dinner with my friends the other day and they asked me what I wanted. I said a hamburger, but then they told me it wasn't on the menu. So, I said that's okay. Just give me the menu. Alright, I'm gonna take my bow now. Thanks for coming out everyone. Have a great night. Good night. So you're telling me that you actually found the secret ingredient they use in their famous chili?
Yeah, I did. It's cinnamon.
Cinnamon? That's unexpected. So what are you going to do now? I guess it depends on what you want to do. Are you going to try and recreate the same flavor or use it for something else?
I figure if I can recreate their chili, maybe I can get it on the menu in one of the local restaurants. Great idea. I think you should definitely give it a shot.
Absolutely. Anything is worth a try. Just make sure to let me know how it goes.
I will.
Hey Fred, can you believe it's been over 10 years since we last performed together? What a wild ride it's been. I mean, who would have thought we'd both be here at the same place 10 years on?
Not me. I thought for sure one of us would be a millionaire by now. I guess we were wrong. Well, at least we've still got each other and comedy.
That's true. What say we give these folks a real show? You call the tune and I'll dance.
So Fred, I heard you got the job at that new software company?
Yeah, I did. It pays really well, but I'm not sure about the work environment. I heard the boss is a real micromanager.
Yeah, I heard that too. Well, let me know how it goes.
Okay. Hey, did you ever get a resolution to your neighbor's barking problem?
Yeah, actually I did. Turns out my neighbor was just trying to communicate with their dog. So now we've got a whistle exchange system going on. It's actually kind of funny when you think about it.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, I guess when it comes to barking dogs, some people just have to get creative. I can't believe I'm stuck here listening to you guys.
Well, you know what they say, misery loves company.
No offense, but I think it's time we all get going.
I'm not going anywhere until I get some answers.
Hey, if it makes you feel better, I'll buy everyone ice cream.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Alright, let's hit the nearest ice cream parlor.
You know what they say, ice cream is always the answer. Let's go.
So a priest, a rabbi, and a pastor walk into a bar. The bartender says, "What can I get you fellas?" The priest says, "I'll have a beer." The pastor says, "I'll have a cup of coffee, please." The rabbi says, "Oy vey, I am so thirsty. Can I get 2 shots of tequila?" So the bartender serves up all their drinks and they sit down to enjoy them. As they do, a fly buzzes into the bar.
So Larry, do you really think everyone here is laughing at your jokes?
Absolutely. I mean, who wouldn't find my jokes hilarious?
Well, I guess it depends on their sense of humor.
Does it also depend on them having a sense of humor at all?
Oh, that definitely matters.
Well, I'm going to take that as a compliment. Hey, why don't we take a break and go get some ice cream? It'll be fun.
But it's barely after lunchtime. Do you think that's such a good idea?
Hey, when it comes to ice cream, there is never a bad time.
See? Even Fred is on my side.
That's one vote. I'm still not convinced.
Hey everyone, thanks for coming out tonight. So, I was out to dinner the other day and I saw something pretty funny. There was this guy at the table next to me, and he had a full plate of food in front of him. The waiter comes to take his order, and the guy says, "I didn't order anything." So the waiter asked him what he was doing with all that food, and the guy said, "Well, I didn't want to be rude, so I figured I'd just eat it." Everyone laughed at that one. I'm sure you can all relate. Anyways, I hope you're all having a great evening, and please stick around for more jokes. Alright, here's another one. What do you call a bear with no teeth?
So Larry, I heard you got a new job. How is it going?
It's great! I'm really enjoying the challenge of learning something new. And I'm getting paid more than ever before.
That's great. What kind of job is it?
I'm a delivery driver for an online grocery store. It's been surprisingly fulfilling, considering I'm just delivering orders.
Wow, that sounds like a really unique and rewarding job.
So I heard the new librarian just transferred in from Cancun. I wonder what she'll have to say about our library system.
Oh yeah? Just imagine if she asks for dogs in the library. Or what if she wants to make it a rule that everyone has to whisper? Talk about a quiet place.
That would be a disaster. I'm telling you, chaos would ensue.
Yeah, it would be chaos. We could start a petition to bring back books on tape.
Huh, yeah. That would make a lot of people happy. Or how about books that could play you music?
Oh, that would be wild. Imagine never needing to buy a record again. We could make a whole new kind of library experience. So what do you think the biggest surprise of the day is going to be? Oh, and you know what else?
What? That it's so hot outside? Whatever it is, I don't think anyone will see it coming.
No, I think the biggest surprise is that our neighbor's cat has been meowing for 4 hours straight. Who would have expected that? Hey everyone, I'm Larry. So I was walking to my car the other day and I look over, and what do I see? A giant bird. Not one of those little birds either, a turkey. And so I'm standing there, just me and this turkey staring at each other, and then it starts to walk closer. So I take a few steps back and I'm like, what do you want? And the turkey just tilts its head at me and then walks away. I guess he just wanted to make sure I was cool with him being there. That's one smart turkey, you guys. Alright. So this one time I was out with my friends and we were looking for a good place to eat. We came across this restaurant called Chick-fil-Wow. We walked in and the waitress was like, "What can I get you?" And my buddy Mark says, "How about some chicken?" Phil, wow. We all just busted out laughing. That's what I love about Mark, he always has the best puns.
Hey, Larry. I heard you got a new job as a comedian. How's it going?
It's going great. I'm really enjoying myself. What about you? Are you still performing?
Yes, I'm doing some stand-up at a local comedy club. How about you? What kind of jokes are you telling?
I'm mostly doing observational humor. I like to make fun of everyday situations and the quirks of society. What kind of jokes do you like to tell?
I love telling jokes that surprise people and catch them off guard. I like to poke fun at the absurdities in life, but also have some insightful humor to offer.
That sounds great. I should try to mix up my routine with some of those kinds of jokes. So what do you guys want to do today? I'm not sure if I have anything planned.
What if we put on a show? We could do impressions, tell jokes, and get the crowd laughing. We can even make some outrageous bets. It won't be a show like anything anyone has seen before. We'll be the talk of the town.
Alright, let's do it. We'll be the best comedy act in town. We'll surprise the crowd with our unexpected humor and jokes. I'm going to come up with some amazing pranks and ideas. We'll have them all laughing in no time.
That's a great idea. Let's get to work. Hey everyone, it's great to be here. So I was out buying some groceries the other day, and I saw a sign that said free samples. So of course I had to go for it. I take one of the samples and put it in my cart. And then the cashier says to me, "Sir, that sample isn't free. It's $2. And I looked at him and said, "Well, I guess it's not really a sample then, is it?" Everyone laughed. Anyway, thanks for having me here tonight. Enjoy the rest of your night. Cheers! Alright, so I was out for dinner the other night and my friend is telling me about how his girlfriend just lost her job. He's obviously feeling down about it, so he goes to take a bite of his dinner and he looks up at me and says my life is like this dinner. It looks good, smells good, but when I take a bite of it, it's just kind of bland. Ha ha! So don't let life get too bland, right? Alright, have a great rest of your night.
I'm so bored. How about you, Fred?
You know what? I'm actually feeling kind of creative. Let's write a sketch and perform it for everyone. I think it should have an element of surprise. Like, what if we switched roles halfway through the sketch?
That's a great idea. We could surprise everyone and show that we can both do different types of comedy. What do you think it should be about?
How about something to do with relationships? Maybe a couple who's just starting out and then it turns out they have more in common than anyone imagined.
Brilliant. They could have the same interests and even start to look alike. That's definitely something people would find surprising. All right, let's start writing. Well, I don't know. Are you guys going to this new comedy club tonight?
Absolutely. It's supposed to be really funny.
Hey, I heard there's a comedian there who does impressions of famous people. I wonder if he does me.
I highly doubt it.
I know one thing for sure, it'll be something outrageous. Let's check it out and find out.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, everyone, ready to get some laughs?
You know it. Let's go. Hey guys, I just had the craziest idea.
What is it?
Hey Larry, did you hear what I heard? Apparently the mayor is thinking of making a new law that requires all residents to wear stripes every day. Can you imagine me walking around in stripes? How about you, Larry?
Well, Fred, you know I'm not one to follow rules, So I guess it wouldn't be too much of a stretch for me, but it would certainly make things interesting. The only problem I can see is that stripes might not be the most flattering choice of outfit. I mean, how would you know who was the mayor and who was just a regular citizen? Can you imagine how confusing that would be? It would be like a giant Where's Waldo book. Hi everyone! So I was walking down the street the other day and I saw this lady with a pet alligator. And she said to me, "I just love taking my gator for walks." I said, "Lady, that's a really big commitment." She just shrugged and said, "Yeah, but my gator has to get his exercise somehow." So ladies and gentlemen, that's the story of why I'm scared to go for a walk in the park. Thank you. Alright, so here's another one. So I was in the grocery store the other day and I saw this couple arguing over which type of cereal to buy. The woman said to the man, "Honey, why don't you just go with my choice?" The guy looked at her and said, "Because I'm not a sheep." Yup, just another day in the cereal aisle. Thanks everyone. Alright, last one. So I was at the movies the other day and there was this couple sitting in front of me who were being really loud and obnoxious. Out of nowhere, this old lady turns around and says, "Hey, that's enough out of you too. Show some respect." So I was thinking of doing something outrageous today.
Yeah. What is it?
Oh, come on, Larry, don't tell us. Let's all go out and do it together. I know if you tell us, it won't be as funny when we actually do it.
Alright, let's go for it then. I've heard about this new restaurant in town and apparently the food is out of this world. Let's go check it out.
Oh yeah, I heard about that place too. Let's do it.
Well, I think it might be more interesting if we dress up like pirates and walk in.
You mean like full-on pirate costumes?
Hi everyone, my name is Larry. So glad to be here performing for you all tonight. I was walking down the street earlier and saw a sign that said wet paint, so naturally I had to touch it. Sure enough, it was wet. What kind of person would be stupid enough to put a sign up like that? But anyway, I'm sure you all want to know what it's like being a dad. Well, let me tell you, it's great. My kids are the best thing that ever happened to me, and if I could go back in time and do it all again, I would in a heartbeat. But, of course, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, there are some bad moments too. Like when my son got sick and I had to stay up all night taking care of him. Or when my daughter started going through her teenage years and wanted nothing to do with me. But no matter what, I wouldn't trade my family for anything. They keep me going and make me the happiest person in the world. Alright everyone, thanks for coming out tonight, you're all great. I. I almost forgot, new joke time. So a doctor walks into a bar and the bartender says, "What can I get you?" The doctor replies, "I'll have an influenza shot please." The bartender gives him a puzzled look and says, "Will that be on the rocks?" Alright, that's all for now, thanks again for having me. Bye everyone. Stay safe and stay healthy. See you next time. Peace out. Hey Yvonne, have you seen the new TV show? It's all the rage. I hear the actors are really good.
They better be. I'm so excited to watch it tonight.
I'm more of a reality TV fan myself, but I'll still watch it.
How can you not be excited? I'm telling all my friends to tune in. It's going to be hilarious.
I'm sure it will be, but I still think reality TV is better. I mean, you never know what to expect from it.
That's true, but I think this show will be really different. Plus, it's funny. You can't beat that. I'm sure I'll love it.
Hey everyone! It's great to be here. So, I used to have a talking parrot. You know, it was an interesting pet to say the least. He was always spouting off random things, like good morning, when it was already the afternoon. But the truly bizarre thing was that he spoke Spanish. Now obviously I don't speak Spanish, so I had no idea what he was saying, so I eventually got him a Spanish-speaking friend. He was so excited when they met, it sounded like a whole conversation going on in my living room. But it got old really quick. I mean, two parrots were way louder than one.
Hey, did you guys hear about the new restaurant opening up near us?
Yeah, I did. I heard it's supposed to be great.
Wow, that's fantastic. Maybe we should try it. What about that new cafe that opened up?
I heard that it has really good coffee. Plus, they have a great view of the city.
Should we give it a try? I'm suddenly in the mood for coffee.
Yeah, let's do it. I could use a change of scenery.
Hey everyone, I'm Larry. How are you doing tonight? So I was at the store the other day and they asked me if I wanted paper or plastic. I said, doesn't matter to me, I'm just going to eat it right here. I had a few other items that needed to be weighed, so I asked the cashier if she could help me out. She said, sure, what do you need? I said, a few more pounds. That's when she gave me the stink eye and told me to put my items back. Man, I could never win at that store.
Hey Fred, do you remember why we're here?
Not a clue. What do you think? I think we should be here to spread some laughs.
That's a great idea. Let's make it our mission to make everyone laugh today. So let's come up with something funny. What do you have in mind?
How about a funny joke about two cats walking into a bar?
Ha ha ha, that sounds hilarious. Let's try it out. Two cats walk into a bar and the bartender says, "What'll it be?" The first cat says, "I'll have a martini." The second cat says, "I'll just have a glass of water, but make it quick because I'm in a hurry."
So I'm thinking about switching careers. What do you reckon?
Whoa, you're really gonna do it? Do what?
Become a professional Passover celebrant. It's a new trend. Everyone's doing it.
That sounds like a lot of work. How hard could it really be?
Harder than you think. You'll have to keep up with all the customs and rules.
So I'm trying to buy a tie, right? But the store is out of my size.
That's pretty funny. So what did you do? Did you try to find one in another store?
Yeah, but they were out of my size too. So I ended up buying a size larger, which was too wide for me.
That's pretty wild. So are you going to keep it or return it? I mean, it has to be pretty uncomfortable. You could probably wear it as a belt. So, you know what I saw in the park yesterday?
A clown?
No, probably some kind of bird.
Or a squirrel? But wait, why were you at the park?
Well, it's a funny story. I was looking for my car keys and I thought that maybe I left them in the park when I was there last week. But you'll never guess what I actually found.
An old baseball card.
Hey, you two, did you hear about the new museum opening in town?
Wow, sure sounds like I'll be visiting it soon. Hopefully I won't have to wait in line for too long.
That wouldn't be a surprise if you did, Fred.
True.
I heard there's going to be an ice cream stand outside.
Oh my goodness, now that sounds like something I have to check out. I bet it's gonna be delicious.
No doubt about it.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
You heard the lady. Let's go check it out.
So, what did you do last night?
I went to a cool karaoke bar. I sang my heart out and had a blast.
Really? I'm not surprised. You always seem to find the most unusual places to go.
Yeah, I guess it's just a knack I have. Anyway, what have you been up to?
Oh, I spent the night hanging out with one of my friends. We talked about all sorts of random things. You know, it's always so refreshing to just have a conversation with someone who isn't trying to be funny. It's nice to just have a good old-fashioned chat.
I know. That's how I feel about karaoke, too. It's a great way to just relax and have fun without trying to be clever or funny.
Yeah, I try to have those conversations more often. It's nice to just focus on the other person and enjoy their company for a change.
Absolutely. We should do it more often. Hey, maybe we could do that together sometime.
That sounds like a great idea. We'll have to make time for it soon.
So, I heard you got a new job.
Yeah, and it's all because of my skill set. Now I'm in charge of the entire project.
Wow, that's quite a promotion. I'm sure you must be feeling pretty proud of yourself.
You know, I do. But at the same time, there's an element of panic that comes with it too.
Well, just remember, the way you got here is the same way you'll stay here. Dedication and hard work don't go unnoticed.
That's true, but I'm still a little nervous.
Don't worry, I'm sure you'll do great.
Well, did you ever think we'd be here?
Here, talking like this? No. But I'm glad we are.
Me too. So who would have thought that after all this time we'd be having a conversation like this? It's like some kind of a miracle.
You know what I think it is? It's a sign that we're meant to be hilarious together. Just think, if we put our minds to it, we could be the next great comedy duo.
You know what? You're right. We could make a killing together. Let's do it.
All right, it's a deal.
Let's shake on it.
You got it.
I saw the strangest thing on TV last night.
What did you see? Was it a show about nothing?
Nope, it was a show about alligators in Paris. They were racing through the streets and munching on wine and cheese. Can you imagine? I mean, what are the chances?
That sounds like something from a dream. But it does remind me of the time I saw a caterpillar juggling. I even asked it for a few tricks, but it just kept on juggling. I guess it didn't want to share its secrets.
Wow, that's crazy. I've never heard of a caterpillar juggling. So, I heard the strangest thing yesterday. Did you know that a whale can hold its breath for up to 2 hours?
That's incredible. I had no idea. Maybe we should start holding our breath for 2 hours, just to see what happens.
Yeah, that's a great idea. We should maybe do it in the middle of the mall and see how many people notice. It could be like an experiment or a performance art piece.
That sounds like a great idea. We should totally do it this weekend. At least we'll get some funny looks out of it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Alright, Saturday it is then. It's a date. Been doing some traveling lately, and let me tell you, airport security is no joke. As I was standing in line, there was this lady who decided to hold up the line by dumping out her entire bag into the bin. I mean, we all know what you're supposed to do, just take out your laptop and toiletries. But no! She had to dig out every single item. The officer started getting really frustrated, and you know what she said? If I have to wait any longer, I'm going to miss my flight. Everyone was like, "Honey, you should have thought about that before."
I heard you got a new job yesterday.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm super excited. It's at the bank and I'm going to work in their financial planning division. I'm going to be helping people manage their money and get the most out of it.
Oh wow, that's so cool. I didn't know you were into stuff like that. What made you decide to apply there? Do you have any financial advice for me? I just got a nice bonus and don't know what to do with it.
First of all, congratulations. That's great news. As for my
Advice, I'd say invest it. Put it towards something that will give you a return over time. Maybe stocks, a savings account, or just keeping it safe in a CD.
And if you're feeling adventurous, maybe explore some real estate investments.
Hey, do you think I'll ever get married?
Never say never.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure I'm ready for that kind of commitment.
Marriage isn't about commitment. It's about having someone to share your life with. Who needs commitment when you can just have a good time?
I'm not sure how much fun it is to get married if there's no commitment involved. What about companionship?
All I know is that I'm certainly not ready to get married anytime soon.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. Why don't we all just be friends and have fun?
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea to me.
Alright, let's do it.
Hey, everyone! So I went to the store this morning and there was a sign outside that read no shirt, no shoes, no service. And all I could think was how much money they were losing out on by not letting me in there. So I'm walking around, trying to get my shoeless self into the store, when all of a sudden, this little old lady comes up and says, "Sonny, what are you doing?" And I said, "Well, ma'am, it says no shirt, no shoes, no service." And she said, "I don't see any problem. Just put your shirt on." So I did, and sure enough, that was all it took to get me into the store. As for the shoes though, I'm still working on getting a pair. Thanks for listening everyone, have a great night. Alright, so this next one is about my experience at the airport last week. So I'm in the TSA line, with my shoes off and all that stuff, and the guy behind me taps me on the shoulder and says, "Hey man, you can't take those on a plane." And I said, "Oh yeah?" What are they? He answers, your socks. Anyways, that's my story for today. Thanks again, everyone. Alright, last one for the night. So I was at a bar with some friends, and this guy comes up to me and says, "Hey pal, do you want the good news or the bad news?" I'm thinking about it and finally say, "I guess the bad news." And he goes, "Well, your wallet's been stolen." I guess that's what I get for trying to be optimistic. Anyway, thanks again, everybody. Have a great night.
I wonder what would happen if I were to eat these Twizzlers one by one.
I bet you'd be full in 1 second.
Yeah, you'd be a Twizzler kind of person.
Or you'd have to chew on them for a while like a cow.
That would be hilarious. Hey, why don't you switch it up and try eating them all at once?
Why would I do that? That would just be ridiculous.
Oh, come on, it can't be more ridiculous than what we're doing right now.
Hey, did you hear what happened to Susan?
No, what?
She got fired from work for showing up in pajamas. That's absurd.
Yeah, I know. It's unbelievable.
You know, I heard she was actually going to a pajama-themed party later that night. I guess that explains it.
Well, I think she should have just called in sick.
Yeah, that would have been a much better option.
Don't let this be a lesson to you all. Always dress appropriately for work.
So what happened when you were on the roller coaster yesterday? I'm sure it was a wild ride.
Oh, it was. I thought I was going to fly right out of the cart. At one point, I actually wished that I could.
I've been on that roller coaster and let me tell you, it's not for the faint of heart.
Haha, no kidding. I thought I was going to pass out.
You should have seen her face when the ride completed. It was priceless.
Yeah, she looked like someone had just told her the world was ending. Then again, it would probably have been better than the actual ride.
So, I was thinking of taking a surfing class this summer.
Surfing? You can't even swim.
I know, I heard it's a great way to learn. Yvonne, what do you think?
No way, he's gonna drown.
Well, I think you should do whatever makes you happy, Larry. But don't forget to buy the waterproof sunscreen.
Waterproof sunscreen.
Yeah, it's the only kind that really works. Plus, it's good for the environment.
So I heard that you're going on vacation to France next week?
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to it.
The food and wine must be great over there. But doesn't everybody speak French?
Not necessarily, a lot of people speak English too. I just hope that I'm not the only American tourist over there this season.
You're probably not the only one, but I'm sure people will still give you a hard time about it. So I was walking down the street the other day, and you won't believe what happened. A guy comes up to me and says, "Hey buddy, can you spare $2 for a cup of coffee?" So I thought about it for a second, and then I said no, but I'll give you $4 for a donut. The guy looks at me, completely stunned, and asks, "What kind of donut do you want?" And I replied, "Jelly-filled." Everyone in the street started laughing, and even the guy had to crack a smile. Did I mention that it was raining cats and dogs? Yeah, it was. That's why I thought a donut would be better than a cup of coffee. Anyway, I guess the moral of the story is never underestimate a good donut. Thanks for listening. Alright, who's next? Anybody?
So did you hear what Sally said?
No, what happened?
Well, she announced that she's going to be taking up salsa dancing lessons.
Wow, that's quite a surprise. Do you think she'll be any good? Who knows? I guess we'll find out soon enough.
I bet she will be. I mean, it takes a lot of coordination to do something like that. Yeah, that's true. But I'll bet she'll be the best in the class.
I'm sure she will be. Just don't let her get too good, or else she'll start showing off. So what do you guys want to do tonight?
Let's go see a movie. It's been forever since we've done that.
I don't know, my mom's always bugging me to go out and do something.
Ah, come on, Fred, it'll be fun.
Alright, I guess. But let's pick something good.
Sounds like a plan. Let's pick something from the top 10 list at the theater. Hi everyone! Thanks for coming out tonight. So, I have a confession to make. I just called my parents and told them I'm quitting my job and going back to school for art. And they had the nerve to be surprised. You know what? We're all adults now. We can do whatever we want. Speaking of surprises, I got a package in the mail recently from an old high school friend. Turns out he's been tracking my progress and sent me a present. It was one of those new VR headsets. Well, after about 2 hours of trying to figure it out, I gave up. So, I guess the moral of the story is, if you want something done right, don't ask me. That's all for tonight. Thanks for coming out.
So Larry, I heard that you got a job at the grocery store. Is it true? Can I come to your shift? I want to sample all the free goodies.
I'm sorry, Yvonne, but they only let me carry out the boxed and canned food. However, I can put in a good word for you and we can be a grocery store power couple. We could get discounts on all our groceries and they'd have to call us the bargain hunters. What do you say? Hey, everyone! Are you ready for some laughs and fun? So, I was at the store yesterday and I saw an old lady struggling to reach something off of a top shelf. She asked me to help her get it down, so I said, "Let me get that for you, ma'am." "What is it?" She replied, "It's a little baby Jesus." I said, "Why do you need a baby Jesus? Are you gonna have him for dinner?" She replied, "No, I'm gonna put him in the manger." I couldn't help but chuckle and I said, "Wow, that's a pretty high-end manger. I hope you all enjoyed that one." So, what other crazy stories do you have? Alright, here's another one. I was in an elevator the other day and noticed that it smelled really bad. A guy next to me said, "Man, that smell is so bad it should be illegal." So I said,
So, Fred, what did you do over the weekend? Any interesting stories to share?
Well, I went to the movies and saw a classic.
Classic? What movie did you see? Was it any good?
Yeah, what did you think?
Tell us.
Okay, so it was The Wizard of Oz. It was definitely different from the original, but I actually ended up liking it.
so I went to the store the other day, and I swear it was like a zoo in there. People fighting over toilet paper like they were never gonna see each other again. Then I go to the checkout line and there's like 30 people in front of me. So one by one they're going through, and all I have is a can of soup. So finally, it's my turn, and I'm digging around for money. Then the cashier looks at me and says, "What do you think this is? A farmer's market?" I couldn't even say anything. I just put my soup down and walked away. But, you know what? I always get my revenge. So the next week, I go back to the store, but this time with a big old cart full of stuff. And when I get to the checkout line, guess who's there? That same cashier. And they look at me again, but this time they say, "Oh, did you forget something?" I just smiled and said, "Nope, looks like you're the one who forgot something, namely, the customer service." You know, I don't shop there anymore. Anyway, how you all doing tonight? Hey, Have you heard? They're giving away free tickets to the new amusement park opening up on the other side of town.
Wow, really? I'll have to check it out. Hey, speaking of free stuff, I heard that the local movie theater is offering free popcorn on Tuesdays.
That's great. I love free popcorn. Hey, have you heard about the new restaurant that just opened up downtown? They say the food is amazing.
Really? I'll definitely have to try it out.
Yeah, I'm thinking of going there this weekend. You should come with me.
Sure, why not? It sounds like a fun time.
Great. I'm sure we'll have a blast. Hey everyone, welcome to tonight's show. How are we all feeling? So, I was in the grocery store last week and I noticed something really strange. They had a section for kale chips. Now, what do you even put on them? Salt? Barbecue sauce? Ketchup? But enough about my confusion in the grocery store, let's talk about relationships. Or should I say, lack of relationships. Anyone here ever have trouble finding someone special? Well, I'll tell you what happened to me earlier this week. I went on a date with this girl and it was totally boring. We got halfway through dinner and she just started talking about her cat like it was the most interesting thing in the world. All I could think of was getting out of there as fast as possible.
Hey Fred, have you heard the latest news?
No, what is it?
Oh, you guys are not gonna believe this.
What? Is it good news or bad?
Well, no one really knows yet. It's kind of up in the air.
Apparently, a famous actor is moving to town, and they've been spotted looking at some apartments. Everyone is wondering who it could be. Could it be a Hollywood big shot or an A-list celebrity?
Who knows? It's sure to be quite a surprise for the locals. I can't wait to find out who it is.
So, I went to the store to buy a new set of golf clubs and guess what happened?
What?
The clerk tried to sell me a set of clubs made out of plastic.
Plastic golf clubs? That's insane. What did you do?
I told him I'd rather just whack a sandwich with it and left. What about you? What kind of crazy stuff have you been up to lately?
Well, the other day I was trying to find a job and this man offered me a position as a circus animal trainer.
You? As a circus animal trainer? That's unbelievable. What did you do? Hey, did you guys hear about the big sale at the mall today?
Seriously? What kind of sale?
It's a 2-for-1 deal on all the summer clothes.
That's so weird. I didn't even know it was summer already.
How do you not know it's summer? It's been hot for weeks.
Yeah, but it doesn't always mean summer. It could be global warming.
Don't be ridiculous.
Maybe it's just a really good deodorant.
Ha! Maybe we should go check it out and find out.
Hey, what's going on? Man, it's great to get together like this. Have you seen this place? It's amazing.
Oh yeah, it's definitely something. I've never seen anything like it.
So what's the plan? Are we just going to hang out and have some laughs or what?
Why not? We all could use a good laugh. I have a few jokes to share if you guys don't mind.
Oh boy, I can't believe it's almost the weekend already. What are your plans?
Well, I'm going to try and do something new. I'm thinking of taking up scuba diving or going on a long bike ride somewhere. What about you?
Oh, I'm still trying to decide. I was thinking maybe I'll try a cooking class or even catch up on some of the old shows that I never got around to watching.
Sounds like you have plenty of options. Have fun whichever you choose. Let's do something together when I'm back from my excursion.
Hey, so I was walking down the street the other day and suddenly a giant bird landed on my head. Well, it wasn't that big, but still, it startled me. Anyways, so I look up and it turns out to be one of those big delivery drones that companies use nowadays. And you know what? It was actually carrying a package for me. Can you believe it? So then I started thinking, what if every time I walked outside a drone would fly over and deliver something? Of course, that would be really cool at first, but imagine the chaos of having swarms of drones buzzing around everywhere. And that's why I think we should just appreciate them while they're still relatively rare. Who knows, maybe in the future we'll look back and remember when drones were something special. Alright, thanks everyone. You've been a great audience. Any questions? Alright, well thanks again for your support and I hope you have a great night.
So Larry, what's the deal with all these teapots we've been seeing? It's like everyone has the same style.
Yeah, it's a new trend. Apparently teapots are the in thing now.
That's wild.
I don't really get it. I mean, why would anyone want a teapot?
Who cares? It's something new. Let's make like a teapot and get out of here.
Good idea, let's go. I'm sure we'll find out why teapots are popular soon enough.
Yeah, I guess so.
Come on. Who needs a reason? Let's just enjoy the teapot craze while we can.
How's everybody doing tonight? So the other day, I was at a restaurant and there was this really intense waiter who kept asking me if I wanted to order something. He wouldn't take no for an answer. After about 10 minutes of him badgering me, I finally said, okay, let's just do it. What do you got? And he says, water or soda? Anyway, moving on. So I'm walking down the street the other day and I see this guy coming towards me. He looks really familiar, and when he gets closer, I finally realize who it was. It was my old high school English teacher. So I'm like, what are you doing here? And he says, I'm a panhandler. I said, oh, okay. What are you panhandling for? He looks me straight in the eyes and says, experience.
Hey Cackler, I heard you had a wild night last night. What exactly happened?
Do tell. I'm sure it was one for the books.
Well, you know the new place downtown? I was there last night and it got pretty crazy. I lost my wallet and phone, but somehow stumbled home.
No way.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I even met a famous actor there.
Hey Larry, did you hear about Yvonne's new job?
No, what is it? I didn't know she was looking for one.
She's going to be a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I've been working on some new material and can't wait to get out there and start performing.
Well, I think it's great. You're going to be the best comedian in town. Now you really are living up to your nickname of Yvonne the Funny One.
Thanks, Cackler. I appreciate the support.
Hey, that's what friends are for. I'll even help you with your sets if you need it. That would be great. Thanks, Cackler.
I don't understand. Where do people find the time to come up with all of these crazy ideas?
Well, it's amazing what you can find on the internet these days.
Hey, what about that time we went to the pet shop and you thought the parrot was talking to us? That was hilarious.
And then we got kicked out for laughing too much.
Yeah, I can't believe they had such a strict policy.
I know, it was a travesty.
Hey, let's go to the park and see if that parrot is still there so we can have another laugh. Walks onto stage to loud applause. Hi, everyone. I'm Larry and I'm here tonight to tell you some jokes. So, let's get started. Why did the chicken cross the playground? To get to the other slide. Laughs, any other ideas why? Why did the bear cross the road? To get to the skating rink on the other side. Laughs, alright, here's another one. Why did the shark go to the beach? To find a swimsuit that fit.
so I heard they closed the local cinema. Can you believe it?
It's definitely a sign of the times. I heard they're converting it into a bank. Who needs movies when you can get cash, right?
That's true, but do you remember that one time we saw that bonkers movie there? It had the craziest plot twist ever.
Oh yeah. I totally forgot about that one. That was such an experience. I guess in the future we'll have to see wacky films at home instead.
So Fred, did you hear they discovered a meteor that they think is going to hit Earth next month?
Yeah, I did. I heard it's the size of a beach ball and is coming straight for us.
That's crazy. What are we gonna do?
I guess we better start watching our heads.
I guess so. I mean, it's not like we can hop in a space shuttle and go investigate.
Yeah, that's true. But maybe we can write a song about it. That would be funny. I'm sure we could find clever lyrics to keep people entertained until the meteor hits.
Good idea. I'll get the guitar and you can write the lyrics. Let's see if we can make this meteor a bit less scary and more, musical.
I heard a rumor that the coffee shop around the corner is going out of business.
Really? That's a shame. I mean, I guess we'll have to find another place to gossip about the neighbors. What's so shocking about it?
Well, I heard they had the best pastries in town. It's like a piece of the fabric of the neighborhood is being ripped away.
We've been going there for years. It doesn't seem real.
It's like, who will be the new gossip spot now?
I guess it's time to find out. Hey, I understand that the old newsstand is trying to make a comeback now.
Is that so?
Hi everyone! How's it going tonight? So I was walking home the other day and saw a bird, right? I thought to myself, this bird needs a name. So what did I do? I named him Carl. What kind of name is Carl for a bird? I mean, come on! Anyways, so I'm walking with Carl and all of a sudden this car pulls up next to me. The driver rolls down the window and he says, "What are you two doing?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" "We're just walking here." And then the driver says, "I know what you're up to. You two are planning world domination." I just looked at the driver and said, "What can I say? We're ambitious." So that's my story for tonight. Thanks for listening. Alright, now let's hear some of your funny stories.
So Larry, did you hear about the new invention? It's a machine that can make anything out of pancakes. Apparently, you just feed in what you want and it spits out pancakes of whatever shape or size.
That's crazy. So what kinds of things can you make with it? I mean, could you make jewelry? Could you make a car?
I don't know, but I heard you can make a full-sized replica of the Eiffel Tower out of pancakes.
Wow, that's almost too crazy to believe. I bet it's really delicious though.
I'm sure it is. Do you want to try and make one?
Sure, why not? Let's see what we can do. So, you know what I just heard?
What?
They're building an amusement park with a giant Coke bottle as the centerpiece. Can you believe it? I mean, it's going to be huge.
That's hilarious. Could you imagine riding a roller coaster through a giant bottle of Coke? That would be an experience.
And it's going to be open 24 hours.
Wow, that would be a great place to go at night if you wanted to have some fun. You wouldn't believe what I just saw.
What? A talking hot dog?
No. A chicken wearing a top hat and walking around like it owned the place. It was like something out of a cartoon.
Well, I guess stranger things have happened. So what happened then?
It started strutting around, clucking and pecking at people's feet. I thought it was hilarious.
What do you think made it do that? So, did you hear the rumor? What rumor?
That the new sushi place on Main Street is opening up next week. Wow. That's awesome news.
I know! I can't wait to try it out.
I was thinking of inviting some friends over to check it out.
That's an awesome idea. We could make it a sushi night. What do you say?
Sounds like a plan.
So, what do you think about the new hot spot that just opened up? I hear it's the place to be. Maybe we should check it out?
I don't know. The reviews are terrible. I heard it's a total dive. It might be fun to see how bad it really is.
But what if it's really, really bad?
Well, then we know how to avoid it in the future. Life is too short to waste time at bad places. Especially when you could be having a great time somewhere else.
True, but it could still be a lot of fun if we go with the right attitude. Let's do it! So, Yvonne, I heard about this new movie that's coming out next month. Have you heard of it?
No, I haven't. What's it about?
It's about four friends who travel to a small town with the mission of uncovering an ancient conspiracy hidden within the mysterious woods.
Wow, sounds a bit cryptic. I'm curious. What kind of conspiracy? I'm guessing aliens? Nah, I'm kidding. But what do you think it could be?
Well, the trailer didn't give too much away. I'm thinking it could be something related to time travel or a lost civilization. It was pretty mysterious though. I guess we'll have to wait and find out. So, what do you say? Are you in for a movie night? Hi everyone, thanks for coming out tonight. So I was walking down the street today and this guy asked me if I wanted to join a cult. I said no, but he told me it had free beer. Well, turns out it was just like any other cult. Nothing was free. Anyway, so I'm out there walking and I come to this crossroads and they were both blocked off by big signs that said no entry. So I try to turn around, but then I see a third road with a sign that said, enter at your own risk. So, I figured it couldn't get any worse and so I took the third road. Turns out the sign should have said enter at your own peril. 'Cause that road was full of snakes, spiders, and all kinds of other creepy crawlers. I quickly turn back around and take the other roads. Needless to say, I'm staying away from crossroads for a while. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed that story. Have a great night and stay safe. Now who's ready for some laughs? Alright, so here's a story about my friend Larry. Larry is the kind of guy who loves to tell long stories but never has any punchlines. So one time he tells this really long story with no ending and everyone just stares at him like, what do you expect us to say? Then Larry just shrugs and says, I guess that's why they call it a story without an ending. Ha! Alright, well I hope you liked that one. Thanks for having me tonight and have a great night everyone. Wow, I can't believe Fred got himself a driver's license.
Yeah, I know. I was so excited to finally get it, now I can go anywhere I want.
But why would you want to go anywhere? You don't even like leaving your apartment.
I know, but it just feels good to have the option.
Well, let's hope you don't get into any trouble now that you have it.
You know what they say, with great power comes great responsibility.
That's true, Fred. Just make sure you use your newfound power wisely.
Don't worry, I will. Nothing to worry about.